Where the shit was I? Oh yeah, I was going back home. School, brain, Space Marines. Hello. The ride back to school in an empty late night bus is silent. Well, there's nobody there. What? It's me and Emmy. Both of us keep staring at the lights flashing past the windows without saying a word. I swear to God, if it's gonna do a transition into the next scene, I'm gonna be real upset that I could have just done it. The nightly grounds are quiet, lit only by the wane moon and yellow lampposts. We say our goodnights in front of my dorm. Emmy, reflexively clenching her fists, compels me to ensure that she won't assault Rin the moment I let her out of my sight. Promise me you're not gonna go scold her. Burp. Oh, I'm sorry. She looks up at me, her eyes again flaring with anger that I match with a calming and as a stare as I can. It's only easy to face an angry woman if you're not the target of her ire. After a minute of this mismatched staring contest, she sighs and shakes her head in defeat. You're too nice, Hisao. I don't know, you hear me yell before? Did you know that? Her hints of a smile are tugging at the corners of her mouth as she says that. And she seems a lot more relaxed. What a sudden change of mood. Maybe she wasn't as angry as it seemed to begin with. Maybe her moods change easily. If I was, I would have let you have your way. Damn. Does that mean you're only nice to Rin? Both of us are hiding our concern behind empty jokes. But at least puts me in a good mood. Emmy wiggles her eyebrows with a half-amused smirk, trying to push my buttons. Ain't gonna work. No, it just means I'm not nice only to you. Ha! Ha ha! Hey! Good night, Emmy. See you later. Oh, god damn it. It did do a transition. I could have done it last time and then ended the episode. Dude. This is what happens when you're just playing a game blind. You don't know when you don't really know when good places are to stop or when a thing's gonna end. You never know. The last day before summer vacations is why is it plural? Is waning slowly. Science is the final exam of the trimester, and then we're free. That's what I'm good at. We're good at science. The collective yearning for liberty is almost palpable in the classroom, even though the weather seems a tad cloudy. It might rain today. Who knows? What a perfect day for rain. Well, what am I doing? What's going on here? Oh, I'm doodling. What? Me doodling again? What's going on here? I've already finished the test because it was pretty easy. So I'm doodling lazily on the flip side of the paper, waiting for Muto to call time. It also prevents Misha from trying to covertly look at my answers over my shoulder. I swear to God, Misha. I swear to God. She might fool the inattentive teacher, but I can tell she's trying to look. I guess it's her best bet at passing the test. Doesn't make me feel any mercy, though. So I'm just gonna ignore her and look around me. It's quiet. The only sounds in the classroom are the quiet shuffling of papers and Muto's constant coughing. It makes my awareness of the surroundings slowly drift to the backstage of my consciousness, giving room to other things. Like what? Oh, vacation, huh? Some people will stay at the school even over the holidays. Some will go back to their families. Some will have to clear their nose because, sometimes their nose is just fucked up. I don't know what to do. So I should go buy a train ticket for my trip back home, but I can't bring myself to do it. What would be the point? I bet I'm going to get a call from home again. Mom's gonna pester me about when I'm coming back, and I'm not gonna know how to answer that question. This is really lousy. In the current state of things with Rin, it feels like I can't just bail out here and pretend we're through. Well, no. And now, she has other problems of her own. I thought that the exhibition opening would give her a breather, but yeah, that didn't do that at all. The tangle just seems to thicken. The turns have tabled. Oh my god. A sharp knock on the door interrupts the quiet but frantic mood of the last 15 minutes of the exam. Come in? Who's wants in the... Oh my god. He's looking angry. We heard him be real angry last time. The opening door reveals the art teacher, who steps in with his jacket swirling around him, as though in a gust of wind. He glances at Muto, who glances back at him. Oh my god. A frown spreads simultaneously on both their faces as the men measure each other with their gazes. What are you gonna do? Excuse me? Could I borrow Mr. Nakai for a moment? Oh, why me? Excuse me, Mr. Nomiya, but we are in the middle of an exam here. Not that he gives a shit. Not Muto. Nomiya gives a shit because he's like, everything else is more important. A chilly atmosphere suddenly spreads in the middle of the summer afternoon as the two men try to stare each other down. This is urgent, and it seems that Nakai is already finished. Both men turn to look at me, staring at me like a pair of basilisks, trying to petrify a tasty snack. Please stop looking at me. It's true, I've been idle for a good while now, so Nomiya's right, but I don't wanna. Nakai, would you like to check your answers one more time? Muto speaks with an odd intonation, weighing certain words as if trying to send a message. The pressure from their stares makes me rapidly shake my head, which is apparently interpreted as an answer of some sort. Very well, Nakai. Go with Mr. Nomiya, if you please. That's if I please. I don't have to. Take your bag with you and bring your test paper to my desk. And you have a nice vacation now. You too, Teach. Oh, God. The entire world, well, at least the classroom, seems to hold its breath for me. Putting the exam on hold until I stand up, collect my stuff, and walk out the door. I can feel the stares of in the back of my neck. My classmates probably think I'm in for some detention or something on the last day of school before summer vacation. Oh, God, I hope not. I don't know what the teacher wants from me, but I can guess it's probably not detention. No, it's got to do. It's Rin. And also that it probably has something to do with Rin again. There's literally no other reason he would talk to us or want us like this. Oh, God. Nomiya doesn't take me anywhere, contenting himself with the hallway as it's completely abandoned. Do you know where Tezuka is? No. Uh-oh. So she is trying to avoid the teacher. Part of the course, probably. I wonder if she realizes that she can't avoid dealing with this indefinitely. I don't know. I don't got any idea. You probably asked in her homeroom next door, huh? Of course I have! I have searched every nook and cranny of this blasted school and the girls' dorm. I snooped around in all the girls' bathrooms. Whoa, hold on. You are the last one to see her since yesterday, and you are her friend. Well, work with me here. Aren't you worried? Well, I am, but I don't know what I could do. Rin did something incomprehensible yesterday, even for her. She seemed really confused. Maybe she just wants time to think. I got the feeling that she had second thoughts about having that exhibition. Or something. She really didn't explain what was wrong. Rin doesn't explain anything. What second thoughts? I don't know. I just got that feeling. I'm a little dishonest with the teacher, but this is not something I should be meddling with. He came to me, yes. Why? Maybe he thinks I'm some kind of confidant of Rin's. Dun, dun, persona. No. But I don't think I can help with this matter. The teacher huffs and scratches his head in confusion. What's up with that girl? That's so unlike her. She's always been so goal-driven. That's not what I would... That's not really what I would use the... Oh my god, he even says it. It's not what I would use to describe her. God-driven, God-driven, goal-driven. Those don't really strike me as words to describe Rin with. To me, she always felt obsessive at best. I don't mean to be rude, but wasn't it you who kind of pushed Rin to into that direction in the first place, just saying, her goal is my goal. That is a mentor's job. I mean, sure, I don't know if painting can make her happy. That's pretty preposterous of you to say, Nakai. He suddenly sounds pretty irate. Did I say something stupid? You don't understand, do you? It is not a question of happiness. For every gain, there is a sacrifice to be made. There is no free lunch, but would I let that girl waste away her talent if she had a moment of doubt? Never! Painting is work just like any other. Now hold on. Tezuka might make it look like child's play to you, but she works hard every day to make her art. To become extraordinary, one must have to make an extraordinary effort. The more the teacher talks, the more I feel that Rin doesn't think like that, even though I have no idea how she thinks. I can very well understand why she would sacrifice her summer vacation and make up for the lost classes and exams to get a chance at showing her art. This is the path she has taken. Burp, and to go all the way. That's not easy. I know she's young, and things are hard for her, just like for all the kids here in the school, but that's no excuse. He is finished. But do you have anything like what art is to Tezuka? No. I was gonna say no. That's right. I have only vague ideas of my future. No goal to shoot for. No dream to blindly reach for. I joined the art club in search of something I could be interested in, to get inspired by. Did I find something like that? Yeah, really, all we have is Rin. All I found in the end was Rin. No, I don't have a passion like that. Then you can't understand! Oh my god. His flat statement allows no counter-argument. But she might not understand herself. Or even herself. Still, I carry on arguing, out of spite, if for nothing else. How could she not? She's been at it so hard for the past few weeks that she put off even coming to school. Not to say anything about attending class. Don't be ridiculous. I didn't think I'm being ridiculous, but as I have no rebuttal, Nomiya seems to consider this one his win. At any rate, the opening was quite successful despite Tezuka hardly showing up. Many people were interested in her work, and one piece was even sold for a reasonable price. I hope she's gonna, get that money, or most of that money, because, she made that. Well, that's nice, isn't it? Yes, it is fantastic news. I hope that Tezuka would come to her senses when she heard about this, but... He sighs and takes off his glasses, cleaning them against his jacket before putting them on his nose again. At any rate, I should be going. There is this mess to be settled with Sai and everyone. If you see Tezuka, please ask her to come see me. Otherwise, have a nice vacation. Thanks. So about that money. After he has disappeared around the corner, I ponder where Rin really could be. It feels like she's not one, but at least a half a dozen of those, at least a half a dozen of those secret places. I balance between the desire to solve this tangle and to drop it for good. The disused classroom is just a few feet away. What to do? You know the right decision. As I push open the door, only the shadows greet me from inside. Hey there, he already knew. She's standing in the middle of the sunlit room, peering through the gaps of the curtain out into the yard. Like so often before, she doesn't start or jump. She just calmly waits for me to make the first move. It's as if she's trying to become a permanent part of the furniture. You know, the teacher's looking for you. A blank look over her shoulder is all I get, accompanied by a cryptic non-expression on her face. Are you looking for me too? Nah, I already found you, didn't I? Damn, that was good. Did you? She furrows her brow, looking so puzzled that it makes me wonder if the question was asked in all seriousness. Maybe it was. Are you speaking metaphorically now? Do you mean like eels, caves, and dark stormy nights? I'm bad at talking like that. Oh, the abruptly ended greetings give me the chance to close the door behind me and sit down on the dust-covered desktop. Crap, now my ass is covered in dust. Rin stays standing, but at least she turns around. I soon wish she didn't, though. So oppressive is her expectant stare. This is her place, and I'm an intruder, and although a tolerated one. Despite that, she still waits for me to say something. If only I knew what. Damn. The sunlit silence presses me toward decisions. I came here without really thinking what I would do, apart from delivering Nomiya's short message in case Rin was here. But we knew. She was, and now, I don't know what else to say. What else I should say? I hover between my two options for a moment. Rin being troubled troubles me too. It's a surprising revelation, almost as big as realizing that she really is troubled was. Nothing I can do would probably help, and I might be partially to blame too. Does it mean I should just wash my hands of her? I didn't think so. So, what's wrong? Nothing. Oh, come on. She starts to turn away again, as if trying to physically exit a conversation she doesn't want to have. Rin, stop. Please, stop trying to dodge me or I'll leave. Oof. Okay. Do you want me to leave? Huh? Are you still angry? It took us, or was it only me, 10 seconds to swamp the conversation into this. I wish we could erase the past, or failing that, forget all about it. I wished for that more than once in the last few months. Okay, let's just put that, let's put that aside for the time being, okay? If you say so. I do. So, what's wrong? Sai and Nomiya were not too happy that you ran off yesterday. You left them in quite a pinch. And I guess the teacher wants some kind of an explanation. It seemed like you just threw out everything you worked for, and I don't get why. Did I make a mistake? My reprimanding and her flat answer goes so much against the usual expectations and presumed interactions that it might just as well be someone else talking. Neither of us is like we used to be. This stiff, constricting feeling I get every time I look at Rin nowadays seems to be mirrored in her own behavior. I hate things that go irreparably wrong. Nothing is irreparable! Ever since February, I've hated them. What can I say? Her question is trailed by a compelling, quizzical stare that makes me sigh and frown. Conversation nobody wants to have are the worst. Dude, tell me about it. You already know. I don't know. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it was probably pretty stupid. She responds with a sigh of her own, although hers not nearly as heavy as mine. I just couldn't do it. Well, why? What's wrong? Come on, Rin. A pause, a furrowed brow, a quiet voice. A silent voice I saw in the movie. Let it be, Hisao. I don't think I can really explain it in a way that would make sense. I mean, Rin, to be honest, you never make sense anyway, but I'm trying to piece it all together regardless. Yeah, Rin doesn't want to have this conversation either. That may be for the better. But how rare of her to admit that even she has some kind of limits. I always thought Rin was all but ignorant of her tendency to get distracted. So much that she inadvertently obfuscates everything she says. Yeah. You never explain anything in a way that would make sense. As I just said. Nobody else has ever asked me to. What do you mean? I guess that's how it is. But I always wanted to make sense of you. To find out who you are. I still want to, can't you see? We're trying. I know you can't. But I do. Is that why I keep this up? It pains you as much as it pains me. It's unlikely to be of any use to either. We did things and said things that can't really be undone. It's as if you and me being close to each other just hurts us both. But we still deliberately keep doing it. Isn't that silly? Is that the definition of insanity? Even now, I can see how you force yourself to respond, even though you owe me nothing. Even if it's hard to talk about things like this. Why? Why is it that you paint? Ooh, that's a spicy question. Because I don't know what else I could do. It's like this feeling that there's no choice, that it's the only possibility. That's not true. Like when there are only watermelon flavored popsicles left in the store, but you need to eat a popsicle. The fuck's wrong with watermelon? Her poor metaphor aside, she didn't really answer anything. If possible, this makes even less sense than not knowing. But if you don't want to paint... Not like that. You had to come to school even though you probably didn't want to have a heart attack. Damn! You right? She pauses, frowning as if something in what she said didn't please her. I mean, that's not a good... At least I think you wouldn't. Her careful follow-up is followed in turn by another shorter pause with another smaller frown. Would you like to have another heart attack? I'd rather avoid that if possible. No, I wouldn't, and I didn't want to. But you're doing fine, aren't you? Or are you still sad about it? We think about it a lot. Rin's question makes me realize that I haven't really thought about my illness for weeks. Yeah, not recently. Aside from chugging down my medication every day, there has been no need to concern myself with my broken heart, which I'm only thankful for, really. Getting to know new people, new school, a new town, a new life. It all has caught me and made the past fade away. No. I guess even I can't dwell on the past indefinitely. See, even watermelon doesn't really taste bad if you have to eat it. Nothing's wrong with watermelon! Couldn't you have said a flavor that nobody actually likes? Unless people just don't like watermelon flavored popsicles, man. I'd eat it. I eat anything. Her half nonsensical closure seems to put an end to the subject in Rin's mind. So I just nod in uncertain confirmation. Alright. There are two kinds of silences. Awkward ones that you want to break, and comfortable ones that you don't mind. The first is bad because it makes your thoughts go awry, like mine do now. Looking at Rin makes me feel bad. Oh, I don't want to feel like this. Looking at Rin makes me feel exhausted. I really tried my best. She tried to... I have no idea. But we ended up like this, and she ended up screwing up her exhibition opening. It feels like we're at a dead end. I don't think... Nah. There is no direction to continue to. I reached out for her yesterday, thinking it would be the last time. She walked away. I want to be me. Yup. The hell does that mean? Rin, if anyone, is most definitely herself. Or is she? I feel kind of relieved that I'm not the one to blame, but this still grates on my mind. Why did she run away? It didn't make sense yesterday. It doesn't make sense today. The things she said feel like they should make sense, but they just don't. Well, to me. To him. You know, about the thing you just said. Which one of them? Painting. Sai said something like that to me before. That a true artist does not paint because she wants to, but because she must. And I've been wondering about what she said. Why do artists have to paint? My question is probably pretty dumb. At least Rin looks at me in the blank way that seems to say so. I don't know. Am I an artist? Well, you paint stuff and you have an exhibition. I'd say you qualify. Most people don't even have an exhibition. I think I still don't know, but okay. The thinking pause that follows seemed to last for half an eternity. Unlike most people, Rin doesn't flavor her thinking pauses by body language or saying like or something. She just stands there menacingly. I've noticed that I might prefer her that way. The usual way even annoys me, as if people were so infatuated by the sound of their own voice, they just had to keep making some noise, even when they're just thinking what they could say next. Rin just comes to a full stop while she's thinking. It's disconcerting because reacting to people spacing out's always kind of hard, but she comes off as less obnoxious. I think I want someone to see what's inside me. Not the way doctors or serial killers do. Okay, that's you mean in like the not physical sense. The way that doesn't make me feel lonely. Aw, come here. This is what you call metaphorical, you see. Please don't lecture me about self-evident things. It's not self-evident that this is self-evident. So you present a painting to someone and expect him to magically see a glimpse of your soul. It's not like that. It's just a little like that, but not really. Don't you understand? I do. And I don't! Oh my god. You know, I feel a little despair every time you ask that question. What question? About whether I understand you or not. She seems almost surprised at my clarification. Oh, it's not really a question. It's one of those kinds that you don't have to answer. Yeah, rhetorical. Rhetorical. Yeah, that's the word. A question that is not a question is a rhetorical question. How nice. That reminds me, it doesn't really make sense. What kind of question is one that isn't a question? A rhetorical one. Rin, I swear to God. What kind of answer is an answer that doesn't answer anything? Is that a rhetorical question? Oh my God. You're not funny. Fuck. But if you don't like it, would you like me to say something else instead? I don't have any good ones though. How about Your pants are on fire. Rin! This can be our secret language. Rin's honest-to-goodness silliness, made twice more ridiculous by the fact that I know she's dead serious, derails me like it always does. It's like some kind of safety lock to prevent me from becoming too much of a worrywart, dragging even my own thoughts off the ground where they should be. It makes me smile confusedly, but only on the inside. Even though the corners of my mouth are not drawing into a grin, I'm still impressed by her ease of wrecking any attempt at being too serious. Should she will so, forget and ignore things that bug her, things that bother her? Should she will so, be free of whatever burden being her means? Oh my God. Or am I the only one who feels burdened by being myself? No thanks. But still, the times when I feel like that I'm on the same page as you are pretty rare. It feels like there's a huge gap, and sometimes you just go to the other side and I don't. And I just don't have a way to reach you from where I am. It's like you're in some completely different plane of existence at times. Even though you're just right there. That's right. This is an insurmountable discontinuity. An imaginary glass wall that blocks comprehension from happening. There might be such a gap between any two people. But with Rin, it feels more tangible. Rin does not react to my thoughts. Not to the ones I uttered aloud, nor the ones I did not. It's even worse with art. I ain't very good at art, I admit. I joined the art club because I thought it could be interesting, and it is. I guess it is. I like art. I like your art, but just like with you, I can't comprehend it, and I'm pretty sure nobody else really can. It's up to her. This seems to worry her slightly. Do you think so? Yeah. I guess that art is meant to be interpreted, not understood. That's how I'd put it. That's a sad thought. I guess it might feel like one. Does it make you feel sad for yourself? Rin thinks about this for a while, then shakes her head surprisingly vehemently. The first thing she focuses her eyes on afterward is me. Both these things make me glad and relieved. Well, that's good, isn't it? Anyway, you should go see the teacher and apologize properly. I think he's worried about you. Can you do that? This time she nods her head. Only it's not as vehement. Venusaur. The hallway is empty, almost intimidating. He's like right at Nomiya's like right there, just no. Nomiya's office is the art classroom at the other end of the third floor hallway. Our steps echo disturbingly. The atmosphere is unlike on a normal afternoon. It feels like the school knows that nobody will be coming back for a month. The door is open, but not very inviting. I'll wait outside. When I don't want to be in there as like bodyguard support? I don't know. Okay. Well, at least she's doing this. Nodding barely noticeably, Rin strides in without stopping and naturally without knocking. Maybe that's why it takes a few seconds before I hear the teacher's voice from inside. There you are! Hello. A conflict arises. Should I stay here or go somewhere else? Might as well stay. Where the fuck else would I go? I'm not sure if I even want to eavesdrop on them. Where are you going, buddy? Manners lose to curiosity, and so I stay close enough to listen in. Their voices echo in the hallway, but no matter. There's nobody around save for me. Dear girl, what on earth were you thinking? Leaving like that on the big night? I couldn't say anything. Compared to Nomiya's scolding tone, Rin sounds awfully quiet and withdrawn. Her words seemed to drown under his. Well, yeah, 'cause he's louder. I have to say, I am very disappointed in you, Tezuka. It was no good at all. Never mind all the things I did for you, but what about Sai? What about all the guests who wanted to meet you? Fuck them. There was nobody, even Hisao. Oh no, you have embarrassed us very badly, Tezuka. Reputation is what counts, surely you know that. It's alright, I don't need it. Don't need? What do you think you know? Oh my god, Rin's replies only seem to agitate the teacher more, his voice rising with every sentence. The path of an artist is a thorny one, I'll tell you that, thorny! Oh my god, you have to see the big picture. There will be bad times and then good times. Things are like they are. It'll be alright even. You might think right now, it's all so wonderful and easy, but how far would you have gotten without me? Wow, I won't always be there for you. When you lie on the floor of your minuscule room, your rent 3 weeks late, your mind blank on the 4th week straight, then you will wish you had listened to old Nomiya a bit more. Jesus Christ. Alright, buddy, you ain't that great. Too real. When you keep measuring how the shadow of your chair becomes longer over the spring because that's all your lethargy allows, maybe that's when you'll start caring about your career. That doesn't matter. Your resolve is not enough. I'm not a resolved person. You are not a resolved person. Oh my god. Then tell me why. Why? Why did we go through all this trouble if it amounts to a mosquito shit? You need a... Okay, he's going a little too... yeah, oh dear, the teacher's blown a fuse. Him yelling at Rin makes me feel bystander's guilt. If I'd gone with her, maybe he wouldn't have gotten so angry. I think he would have, and actually, he probably might have gotten even more angry. If I had not let her run away, he wouldn't have gotten angry in the first place. I could still go in and save her. I don't think I can. But you just said you could. I was the same. I yelled at Rin too, and I'm feeling all the more embarrassed about it now. I felt justified to vent my anger at her face just because I felt it was her fault that I was so frustrated. I was no more justified than the teacher is. Oh yeah, but this is a teacher. A terrible silence sets upon the hallway. Rin does not have anything to say to Nomiya. Whether she has run out of answers or she knows that arguing would only make him angrier is anyone's guess. The teacher has nothing more to say either, it seems. Or maybe he just ran out of breath. It's probably that one, to be honest. For a moment, I imagined the two of them just staring at each other. One full of red-hot anger, and the other full of... Yes, what? I can't tell how Rin feels. Not before, not now. Teacher seems to expect Rin to say something too. But since she doesn't, he finally continues in a quieter, but not less angry voice. What worth is there in doing so much work if the outcome is nothing? Still, Rin will not say anything. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have gotten so excited. He doesn't sound sorry at all. Rather, his tone is cold and sharp, like he was spitting the words out of his mouth. It seems I was expecting too much. You are not an artist after all. Ah! Yeah, not sorry at all. Oh my god, he storms out of the clubroom and down the stairs without noticing me. After he's gone, I peek carefully inside the classroom. Rin is left standing there in front of the teacher's desk. I couldn't say I'm sorry. Well, I mean, he kind of went a little crazy there. She says it into the humid air of the classroom, not to me. but since the room won't answer, I'll have to. That was unfair of him. He was angry, but still. I can't decide how to end my sentences. Disdaining the teacher feels like disdaining my own behavior from 2 days ago. Stupid, but correct in hindsight. Oh, Rin won't answer, staying petrified where she stands, so I walk up to her. She stood up for herself. In a way, I didn't expect that. I can't determine whether it's unbecoming or not, but either way she did it. Just give her, against me, she never did. I sort of wish she had. Maybe I would not feel this bad then. Lately, it really seems that I've been wishing for all kinds of things. Rin? Go away. Oh, why? What are you saying? You're angry with me too, right? Oh, whoa, hold on. I thought you were my friend. I thought he was too. Okay, now hold on, Rin. Let's talk about this. Her voice is unlike I've ever heard it. It's bitter, sharp like needles, and she keeps staring pointedly at her toes. I don't think it's about that. He wanted you to be something you're not. And... oh. I take a deep breath and finally catch her eyes in my own, locking our gazes. Yeah. I'm sorry. I wanted us to be something else too. More than friends. Maybe that's why I couldn't contain myself and just became so frustrated, just like the teacher did. What more? There's nothing more to me than me. That's all I am. I don't understand that. Well, the answer should be obvious, right? I remember myself thinking of the purpose of friendship. To put up with everything and anything. To be there for your friend. Did I fail as a friend, thinking it could be a stepping stone for something else? Maybe because of those thoughts, I didn't manage to put up with things to keep it together. As outrageous as Rin is and was, I shouldn't have let myself get caught into that, especially when I started feeling the way I did towards her. So, did I fail? That's what her eyes seem to ask. Shh. I'm sorry, Rin. I might not be able to be your friend. Damn, I don't think I could ever be a good friend to you. I say these things because they are true, not because one of us would like to hear them. But they are something that must be said. The finality of my words creates a shaking silence. For what could either of us even add to that? Why is this route the way it is? Why? Why does all this happen? People are doing things I don't ask for and don't want, and everyone keeps getting angry at me. I have no idea what's going on anymore and can't stop feeling like I want to run away from everything. Oh no. She shuts her eyes tight and breathes out deeply, calmly. When her eyelids open, all I can see is dark green desperation. I have no idea what's wrong with me. Oh no. It hurts me. Her frenetic outburst stupefies me for a moment, and for a heartbeat, we just gaze into each other's face. Seeing her confused eyes desperately looking for answers from mine only makes me sad, because I know I have none. Ah! I don't know either. But you know, you yourself said that things are not right nor wrong. They just are. You either accept them, and work to change them, or give up. It's not that I hate you or that the teacher does. I just think that I'm the kind of person who gives up when he feels he can't go on. And even if you hate it, this is how things are. I'm saying pretty cruel things that I but I can't stop myself. The words keep rolling off my tongue with slow, hard, and certainty. I can see them hitting Rin almost like physical blows. As the wetness gathers into the corners of her eyes, they are still wide with the shock of rejection. As the tears start rolling down her pale cheeks, she does nothing to stop them. Oh, I'm sorry. As they fall down to the floor one by one, she stands still, staring at me with a gaze full of hollow disbelief. Ah! But reality catches up. Oh, no! Rin slumps forward as if she was deflating and buries her face as deep in my shirt as she can. Rin is heavy and featherlight when I support her weight. She doesn't really sob or bawl. She just leans against me, letting the tears burn through my shirt into the skin underneath. And I let her, bringing my hand around her shoulders in a clumsy hug that does no good to comfort her. I could feel Rin's vertebrae against my fingertips. Stop touching it! Like hard and jagged reminders of how messed up things are. Dude, everything's fucked. I made wrong decisions, man. Her slim shoulder quivering against my palm is a pitiable sight. And the hopelessness of being part of the cause for Rin's sadness keeps shredding my heart. Let it. To make a girl cry is the most despicable thing to do. Even Rin. Especially Rin. Behind that veil of aloofness, Rin is just a human being too. Just as confused, scared, and lost as any of us is. Most of the time, it seems that there is no rhyme or reason for what Rin does and says, but for once, I think I can really understand how she feels. But no words can express it, and no words can make it better. So wordless we stay, quietly waiting for her tears to run out. Time passes, oh god, the music. It passes agonizingly slowly. Even the lazy specks of dust floating in the air seem to pause into a standstill. The obligatory wall clock is ticking distinctively from above the door. I decide against counting the seconds, because when you start doing that, it makes them feel longer. Oh, we good? Eventually, Rin starts to stir a little and, still smothering herself against my chest, mutters into my shirt. Let me be here for a while. Please, Sal. Just give me a little while. A soothing dulge spreads into my consciousness. The knowledge that while being here for Rin is all I could do for her, that's all she wants right now. Even after all we've gone through. Sure. So she stays there. But I still can't bring myself to draw her closer so I could embrace her properly. It's because doing it would just make me so sad that I don't know if I could bear it. Holy Jesus. This is what I come back to. This is what I come back to after a week of stress. The realization that we might never really be able to become what we want to be for the other crystallizes into my mind as a diamond hard enlightenment. A pang surges through my heart like an electric shock. It's painful. Well, yeah. This clarity, it hurts. What can we be for each other? What meaning is there for us to desperately cling to each other as even though it seems so futile? What should I say to Rin? How can I make her feel better? I don't know any of those things, and I fear knowing them would only hurt more. Forcibly, I push all of that out of my mind because I don't want to be thinking of hurtful truths. My thoughts calm down soon enough. The sadness disperses until all that's left is me and Rin, and the tender feeling of her warmth and softness against my chest. When did I fall in love with her? That was a while ago. I can't remember, but I'm certain it was way before the warm touch of her lips on my own on the orange-colored afternoon when she was sick with cold, and I went to see her because of unclear reasons. I remember. Her carefree attitude, the air of otherness around her, all the things that make Rin herself, those things captured me with irresistible force. The way she can just take in anything and everything, giving it only the value she herself has placed, weighing all these things fairly and without prejudice, seeing the world as she wanted. This is something I could never do, and Rin was probably more of a muse to me than anything ever was to her. She seemed so free to me, truly a free spirit, while I, constantly worrying about literally everything, seemed so inhibited that it was almost embarrassing. Maybe that's why I latched onto Rin so tightly, trying to get inside her world that was so different from my own bleak life. Well, now look where we are. Before I noticed it, that irresistible force had pulled me dangerously close to her, but it turned out to be way too alien for me. And I had forgotten Newton, of all things. The gravitational force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the objects. So if two people feel something for each other, even though feelings are not governed by the constants of the universe, I can't help thinking that for some time now, I've been a satellite to Rin's brightly shining planet. Planet Rin. The thought makes me almost laugh. She really does seem to be from another planet at times. Minus the green skin and some tentacles. I've seen a hentai like that. No. Perhaps because of my stifled laughter, Rin pulls away and I let her go, feeling the cold from when her warmth goes away, and slight embarrassment for letting my thoughts run wild like that. With the little giggle he did. Heh. I credit that as Rin being a bad influence on me. Okay, you can't blame her. While being glad at the same time that she can't read my thoughts for real. Rin's bitter tears have dried up and she looks a little more like herself again. The lost look in her eyes is still there, though. Her gaze wanders around restlessly before stopping at me. What happened just now? Can you tell me? Well, how you mean? I cried. She says that hesitantly, as if not believing it in herself. Yeah, that's what people do. She keeps staring at me as if pleading guidance so that she wouldn't have to feel so lost. Why? You were sad. Is that what you want me to say? Because isn't that obvious? I don't know. It feels weird to cry. What? I don't believe it. I mean, everyone does that. It's norm. I bite my tongue before I finish my argument about normality. Norms do not apply to the person I'm talking to. It always felt so wrong. Different from what is in me. Like I couldn't really tell what I felt. So I started thinking that maybe I don't know what I'm feeling. Maybe it's me who is wrong. I thought those kinds of things. She quickly stopped herself. I thought that painting was enough because it felt that I did at least that right. That all that is inside me could become a picture if I tried really hard, and it could. But it doesn't feel like it's enough anymore, because if nobody else can see that, I'll still be alone. Oh, was it wrong to try? Everyone got really angry at me for that. I've rarely heard Rin say this much at once before. I love how he always has to point that out. I've never heard her say more than 3 words. What is this? Once she finishes, she simply shuts up, looking so neutral that it's hard to believe she just said what she did. I don't know what to think. Rin was desperate for someone to look at her paintings and somehow see right through them into her soul to understand her feelings. Because she felt she could express them in no other way? How can one say whether that is right or wrong? Could it be that All this time, she's been trying to reach out to me like I've tried to reach out to her in her own way. I sit down on the desk to think and rest my legs that kept us both standing for a long while. You know, when I read a good book or look at a starry sky or whatever, sometimes I too feel something profound. Like a... shit. I don't know how to describe it. But the instant I try to put it into words, I feel that I lose something. It doesn't feel as real, as true as it did inside my head. It feels a bit phony. Damn, even what I just said felt phony. I offer a smile that is meant to be between funny and self-deprecating, but Rin doesn't react. Anyway, it might be that nobody can ever express their true feelings so that others understand. I know I have a problem getting my points across. Reality has no chance of living up to what someone has inside their head. Nothing can match that. Not even your paintings. Well, except maybe for you. But I suppose you can't keep everything inside. You'd explode for real then. And what I'm trying to say is, I don't think it's wrong to express your feelings, even if you use painting as your conduit. You just can't expect people to understand you any better than they would if you did it just some other way. In fact, you can't expect people to understand you at all. Fucking truer words were never spoken. It's because everything is so subjective. You see the world the way you do, but it's different from anyone else. But isn't that terrible? I guess it is in a way. I think it's cool that everyone sees the world differently. She frowns, looking probably as stricken as she can, which is not much. But it's enough for me to understand that Rin is not particularly happy. I think it might make me sad after all. Yeah, I know. I wish I could do something to help it. I don't think I sound bitter, even though I am a little. This is my problem. I cannot be what Rin wants for her. And for the same reason, she can't do the same for me either. Oh, she makes a difficult face, carefully trying to pick the words she wants to say. So Rin has times when it's hard to say anything too. It can't be helped, I think. But if you say that, it makes me feel a little better. It's funny how some seemingly irrelevant things are the most significant ones at times like these. Like how Rin's voice is very, very small, barely audible when she says that. And how her short bangs can cover her eyes even or when she looks downwards. And how they can't cover the deep red color rising on her cheeks. And all the way to the tips of her ears. They turn into a very interesting shade of red. I seize it. A deafening silence follows. It's very awkward. As if I saw something that wasn't meant to be seen. Even if it wasn't on purpose. I don't know what to say to that. But I keep feeling that like I should know. She doesn't either. Still, it feels like I right-clicked by accident. There is no momentum to lose, even if we keep silent. Like we have some weird wordless connection that would hold even so. Rin keeps shifting her weight from one foot to the other restlessly, looking everywhere around the room except at me. She's the one who finally breaks the spell. Can we go? I don't want to stay here. Yeah, of course. Where? My reply is covering my nervousness as badly as her question is covering hers. You can go wherever you like. I want to sleep. I haven't really slept for a few weeks. It feels like there's a flock of light blue butterflies inside my head. It makes it hard to think properly. I've been there. That kind that you think is too blue to really exist. Like Emmy's panties this morning. Oh my god. Do that again. She shakes her head, and I almost expect a couple of ultramarines to show up and be space marines. No, ultramarine colored morphos pop out of her ears. A small smile tugs upwards at the corners of her mouth. That reminds me, the blue, not the panties. The word for a flock of butterflies is a swarm. Ah! I looked it up. That makes my eyebrow rise into a questioning arc. Why don't you use it then? I like the other word better. Why look it up in the first place? Because it's still knowledge. Then you should use it, right? She nods and falls silent, her gaze escaping mine to the side, attracted by the dark orange sunlight refracting from the windows. We stay like this for a little while, me silently looking at her, silently looking out of the window. Hey, are you okay now? She glances at me from the corner of her eye, looking wistful again. The sunlight's reflection doesn't betray any more of her inner feelings. I'll need to think about that. I want to continue this conversation, grasping at those straws that she finally revealed to even exist. But Rin is looking out the window so absentmindedly that I know she won't be responsive in any way that would make sense. It's like some kind of defense mechanism of hers, to avoid being sensible. Her mind is like a butterfly itself, always fluttering somewhere away whenever it's stirred. Just when I thought I could see behind her veil, she jumps out of my reach again. You know what? Maybe that's just how Rin is. And maybe that's something I should just accept to get some peace of mind. Okay. I'll walk you back to the dorms then. Thanks. Really. Ah! Holy shit. The empty hallways of the school, devoid of its students, feels very lonely. Less than 1 hour after the summer vacation began, the building seems to be deserted, and all that intrudes on the stillness of the hallways are our footsteps. The change is sudden, but it shows how the building is just an empty shell, dead without its students and teachers. Yeah, you're dead, school. Oh my god, it's as though the school has become a private world for the two of us, a desolate place filled with silence and chalk dust. I think I have to change, she says out of the blue while we walk down the staircase from the 3rd floor, still managing to feel like is mirroring what I was thinking just before. That's what people gotta do sometimes. You know how it is. That's the last thing we say to each other that day, even though there would be so much more to talk about. And even those words drown in an all-encompassing silence, disappearing into the stagnant air as if they were never said. Oh my god. That felt like a marathon of just fucking emotion, frustration. Jesus Christ. That's what I come back to? God damn. Alright, well. Holy shit. Well, I mean, I'm glad we definitely hashed that out. You know what I mean? But holy shit, it was like, knew something was coming, but you still weren't really prepared. That's kind of how I felt right there. God damn it, dude.